So here is a sample site assessment. Let's look at a report and make some determinations. This will only look at section 1, which is the site profile. So page 1 will include a picture of the home, the residence. Typically, make sure that the picture of the location has the home and probably, if you'd like, the direction that home faces. It gives a description for the actual image that we're viewing. So in this case, this home is actually facing south. So that's a good thing. Make sure that you have the correct name of the client spelled there, their address or the address that this is going to be run at, and then provide them with your information. That's very straightforward for this first profile. One key thing that you need to know is we want to make sure that every page number in the table of contents is the correct page number. So put your project together, verify that all the page numbers are indeed the correct sequence that they need to be in. And so we now have our items within. Section 1 now breaks us into the client information. Here's what you need to do. Make sure that they have all of their pertinent information when you did the site assessment, when the report was generated, all of that. Then put their details of the electric company and the natural gas, or in their case, the gas utility if there's one. And we have NICOR in this example given. And then right here is the hugest portion of the site assessment, because we need to answer those 4 questions at every last section there. First thing you want to do is, why do they want to know it? What can you glean from that information? Are they truly interested in solar? Are they looking at it from an investment standpoint? Do they know a little bit about solar? Help explain to the folks at the residence about that site what options are available to them. Get their feel for microinverter or grid tie. Get a feel for system size. Get a feel for cost. And when it comes to cost, then how are they going to really pay for it? A home equity line of credit, a HELOC? Or is it going to be a personal check? Are they going to refinance the home? Are they going to find a bank to provide them these funds? But that's really where question 4 is going to be the key ingredient, because we want to know how much energy that they're looking to do, and gives them an idea of how to size your system from looking at the option areas that we had in the previous page. In this case, the client expressed an interest of 30%, about a third, so 33%. That means when we look at their energy usage, we're going to start trying to calculate a third of that. That gives us an idea. In this particular case, the client seems fairly interested in solar, has done some background onto solar project, and now understands what they're wanting to do. They want to make sure that their site is ready for it. That's what you need to spend your time with the customer, getting those answers. The next thing that you will need to do is get a copy or copies of their electric bill and try to get as much of their electrical data as possible. Because if we know how much kilowatt hours they use in a year, that will allow us to properly size and come up with a third or a half or 3/4 or whatever percentage that they're looking to offset is. That's going to be an item that you'll need to get from the person at the site. The second thing that you're going to want to do is legwork on your own. As mentioned in a few videos before, you're going to want to make sure that you know what the company is that provides the electricity to that home and residence. That will make some determinations and cost analysis really beneficial for us. Key ingredients: get these 4 questions answered, get what the current electrical rate is, and get some reading of bills to know how much client uses. Then we're going to perform this cost analysis. In this particular case, they chose the 2012 year to calculate the amount of kilowatt hours per year divided by 365. So they're using 20.8 kilowatt hours per day. That's what your electrical usage is. Now we're going to calculate how much we can reduce that. Now 1.3 is pretty much boilerplate. This stuff is what is provided in the PV practice site assessment. These are very definitive items. The $3 to $5 return of investment that you put into it will definitely save you over the long run. But here's the thing that you really want to do. Tailor 1.3 to the home. I did a site assessment a few years ago, and I noticed that the garage door was leaking air. I felt a draft when I walked up there, so I just had a feeling that that older door was leaking. And I said, well, you can do solar. I'm not going to dissuade you from it. I certainly wish you to do that. But if you replace that door, at least got some seal around the door and paint it, but I didn't tell them that part. But you put some sealer on that door, you're going to save more money than putting it in some other hole or roof or some other solar project. So I'm not knocking solar, but those are the things that you want to, as a good assessor, do, is tell the client what you have options and you can see. All right, so that gets us through the first part of this deal.